As we get a little older, we often choose to live alone. We want the solitude and peace of being by ourselves, but often we miss people, and there's a real value to connecting with other people in our lives. I want to talk to you today about some ways that we can connect with other people to give us a healthier and happier, positive attitude as we get older. My name is Margaret Manning. I'm with 60andMe, and welcome today. Hope that you're all doing well wherever you are. Thank you so much for being here. As always, I really do value you. Our show today is brought to you by Easy Spirit. Now, Easy Spirit is a shoe company that's been making fashionable and very comfortable shoes for many years. They've got a whole lot of new products now on their website, and boots and athletic shoes, wonderful dress shoes, and they believe in comfort, that anything is possible if you're comfortable in your shoes. So check out their website, easyspirit.com. And also, if you check the description of this video below, you will find a promotional code for a 20% discount off a purchase of Easy Spirit shoes. So, as I said, when we get a little older, we sometimes think that living by ourselves is the way we want to go. You know, we've kind of worked all our lives. We've had busy and engaged, situations in our world that we just are a little bit overwhelmed by. We just want to let them go a little bit and just spend time completely by ourselves because we can control that. And there's a very valid argument that that's okay, that we've given a lot of ourselves over the years, and now we want to just have some peace and quiet and be able to do our things, follow our hobbies and our passions, and not have to, just engage with any other drama and, relationships that we may have had experience in the past that has scarred us or given us a few knocks along the way. So, want to chat with you today. There's an article that Ginny McReynolds, who's one of our bloggers, wrote about this whole idea of connecting with people, though. And even though they drive us crazy sometimes and we don't want to, deal with that drama anymore, we actually do need people in our lives. It's been, proven scientifically that people who are socially engaged and have a good community of friends are the ones that have a healthier and happier and longer life. But, sometimes it's hard. But where's the balance? Well, according to Ginny, and I do agree with her, that connection is the key to happiness and friendship and relationships. We don't have to, take the full spectrum of living in a big household with lots of people or even with one other person. But we know that we need our solitude, our peace, but we also need our people. We need our tribe. And I think that is so, so important. Now, we actually at 60andMe have a community of people who believe in this too. And even on a virtual level, we have our online magazine at 60andme.com where we talk about all kinds of things that are of interest. So you don't have to physically meet up with people. You can do it in the comfort of your own home in a community like 60andMe, and there are others. But there's lots of ways too that getting out into the world has value. Now, for example, we have our Aging Beautifully deck of cards. These are the cards that we put together with topics that are of interest to women in their 60s. This first one actually is Find Your Tribe. And it's about finding women who are like-minded, who share your values, and who are going to lift you up, going to strengthen you and make you feel positive. The other one, though, I picked out was this one, which is Seek Out Your Sisters. Tribe is one thing, but sisters is kind of encompassing it all. I mean, there's people that have specific interests that we share, but then there's just your sisterhood of women over 60. So I hope that you, think about that as you go about your day and, sort of try to maybe put up some blocks about engaging with people. So, according to Ginny, and I think this is really true, that connecting with people gives us a bigger view of the world. When we stand at the bus stop, for example, we can stand there by ourselves and, be in control of that situation, or we can say hi to somebody. We can comment on something that we think is, that's a really beautiful coat you're wearing, or, where are you heading today? Are you heading to town to do some shopping? Is that your grandchild? He's really cute. You can have a conversation. And it opens you up to another whole world. And so that particular example didn't cost you very much. Bus ticket. You can actually use a bus or a situation to just connect with someone. And it opens your view to a different type of living, maybe a nationality, different person from another place, even someone who's visiting your town. These are things that are so important in just making us feel like we're not in our own little world all the time. There's a bigger world out there that has diversity. I actually find myself sometimes going to cities around my house. I live in a fairly small town, and I go to these places just to be there with other people. People that are from different countries, different places, have different, ways of dressing or different ways of, engaging with the world. And I just find that connecting with them is so powerful, so energizing. Now, I live alone, so I come back to my own world, but I have pleasure from that connection. Another thing it does, and I think this is a very powerful one, is that connecting helps us to feel empathy for other people, and we can see and appreciate what they feel, what they're, maybe someone's a little, I often go up to people and say, do you need directions? Are you lost? If they're standing there looking like they don't know where they're going, you have empathy for other people, and by the time you've reached your 60s, you've done a lot. You've had a lot of life experience, and it's something of value that you can offer to reach out to someone, make them feel welcome, and maybe learn from them too. We have a point of understanding that comes from our experience and our wisdom as older women. And so I think sometimes we forget that. And it's a very, very powerful gift that we can give back. Another thing is it expands our creativity. It enables us to see new ways of moving in the world, engaging with other people. And I find, and I don't know about you, but some of my greatest ideas, some of my most interesting ideas, the ones that have given me the most joy, come from a conversation, or come from an engagement with someone that I've met, a stranger or somebody, or a friend that I know, an acquaintance that in a group that I joined, or an activity that I went on. Travel, for example, is for me a perfect example of creativity boosting engagements. I just find it so much fun to watch what other people are doing with their crafts, with their the things that the kind of shops they open, the menus and their recipes. I actually was just in a train station in Frankfurt, and I was like in this place full of pizza and pretzels and sandwiches. There was this little shop that was selling porridge in the Frankfurt train station, and they had these beautiful pots of porridge or oatmeal, and they had them with granola toppings, and they had applesauce toppings, and I just got so much. I went up to them and I said, "This is such a great idea," and just from that experience, I've now come back and started creatively, making my own oatmeal and porridge at home. So it's just that openness to learning something new. Now, at the same time, and Ginny talks about this a little bit as well, is that it helps us to connect with ourselves. Going out and connecting with the world, it gives us an opportunity to kind of weigh it up. Was that consistent with what I love to do? Was that kind of my thing? Or was that not really my thing? It's just, it gives you an opportunity to choose and to understand better how you see yourself and also how others see you. And I think that that's a really powerful benefit of connecting, that we not only get to learn about others, but we get to learn about ourselves. And finally, I think that there's a very important message here that we can learn so much from people by connecting to them about the world. And we all know that this world that we live in is so fragile right now. We've got, sort of extremism on both sides. We've got people with points of view that are diametrically opposed, but somehow connecting with people, having a conversation, having a coffee together, having a drink together. All these things help us to see that we've got together we can solve some of these problems. And so instead of having a conversation where you say, well, that's a really good idea, but... and then your negative side, I see it this way, or what about that? You say, that's a really good idea. And so it's a difference between saying, but obstacle and idea. And so with that kind of human connection, we can remain strong on the things that unite us, the things that bring us together, not the things that separate us. So I think it's a very powerful mantra to connect, and to connect from your heart, not from your prejudices or your stereotypes, but just as a human being to connect. So what do you think is the main thing that keeps you from connecting with people? Are you in that category of people that I've had enough of people, I just want to live by myself in peace and harmony? Or are you open to connecting with others and embracing the world at a larger level? So how do you think you can get past your objections? What can you do? I'd love to hear your conversation on this. Give some ideas, and please share your own obstacles that you have to getting to know people, what your own fears might be, or your own concerns, and how you think you can overcome them. So have a wonderful day, everybody. Really hope that you're back again to go through these conversations with us. I value having you here, and just take very good care of yourself. Go out and meet someone new today. Connect with someone new, and tell us about it. Take good care, everyone. Have a wonderful day. See you soon. Bye-bye.